The point of first impact was Liege, blocking the crossings of the River Meuse and all routes to Brussels and the west. This strongly defended area had to be seized to open the way for the waiting masses of the great German field army, seized quickly and at whatever cost. Or, alternatively, defended at whatever cost. General Le Mans, commanding the garrison of Liege, had been instructed to do just that. The Belgian army was weak, ill-prepared, conscious that it could not face the power of Germany in the open field, but brave and willing to fight behind the defenses which existed, or which could be hastily constructed. They were facing the most powerful military machine in the world. The army was the embodiment of Germany's soul. All the hopes and all the pride of this young, expanding, thriving empire found expression in it. Every young man was liable to serve, and most of them were overjoyed to do so. When the army marched, all Germany marched too. In peacetime, it numbered nearly 1 million conscripts. Behind them stood over 4 million trained reserves, and a final potential of almost 10 million. The backbone, as everywhere, was the infantry. 78 divisions, drawn from the swelling cities, the famous old towns, the wide and various countryside of the German Empire. They were mostly peasants, sturdy, patient, brave, dependable. And their hard core was 110,000 superbly trained non-commissioned officers. The cavalry numbered over 100,000. They were the Kaiser's favorites, cuirassiers, dragoons, uhlans, with flat-topped helmets and fluttering lances. The Crown Prince's regiment was the Death's Head Hussars. But it was the German artillery which would shock the world and do the damage. The field guns were not impressive, but behind them were ranged over 3,000 weapons of heavier caliber. 150 millimeters, 210 millimeters, 305s, products of the firm of Krupps. It was a crushing weight of heavy guns, well supplied with shells, waiting to tear a continent apart. And yet, for a while, all this might was checked. Liege proved a tough nut. The first German assaults were repulsed with heavy losses. They tried a night attack to avoid the Belgian machine guns. Slipping through the outer ring of forts, an almost unknown German staff officer, General Ludendorff, made his way to the citadel in the center of the town itself.
I arrived, no German soldier was to be seen, and the citadel was still in the hands of the enemy. I banged on the gates, which were locked. They were opened from the inside. The few hundred Belgians who were there surrendered at my summons.